Hello, I'm Kathy Bissell with the Golf Show 2.0 at the Masters with Gary Van Sickle and his 5 things for today. Gary, what's going on? I have
Well,
little
can we
prizes.
just clarify that you're definitely recording this?
I'm definitely recording this.
Okay, people at home would want to know that.
This is my Rory McIlroy bobblehead doll that they gave out at the Tour Championship in one of the years that he won the FedEx Cup. I suppose they should have 3 of them or given us more cups to add to the bottom of this. But I thought it was, appropriate on a day like this when Rory came from behind and started marching up the leaderboard to bring out the bobblehead. And then because your birds are so
Well,
spectacular,
maybe you shouldn't have stuck those voodoo pins in them yesterday.
I brought out my late mother's field guide for birds. So you can't do anything except get a picture of them. And someplace in here, there's a silhouette. So you can't always see your whole bird and the colors, but you can see the shape of them, kind of like ships in World War II.
That's kind of weak. You kind of need to see the colors to know what kind of bird they are.
Well, sometimes that I see a lot of birds when I'm doing backstroke in the swimming pool, and I see them like flying over. And so you don't really see a lot of their colors. You see their stomach and their wings. And it's not at all like what a whole bird looks like. So as crazy as it sounds, having the shapes and stuff like that is probably important if you're trying to identify birds. People go all over the place trying to up their lifetime bird count, saying I've seen this bird and that bird and the other bird. It'd be like you playing a new golf course. So people are into that stuff. I just thought it was appropriate with all the
Well,
birds.
I don't think people turned into the ornithology hour here.
No, they
So,
didn't. So what about your 5 things today?
what about them?
What about them? Name one.
Name one. Leading rebounder of the day, Nick Dunlap. He shot 90 yesterday. We don't know
Oh,
why. Today he was actually, oh, my voice. Today he was 4 under through like 14 holes. I thought, oh, how good would 90-68 be? You're still going to miss the cut, but that would be impressive. Unfortunately, Nick had a couple bogeys coming in. He shot 71, 19 shot improvement. Pretty darn good. So give credit to the guy for not pretending he had the flu and not showing up today. So he's going to feel a lot better about coming back to the Masters next time.
I think it's only because it's the Masters that he didn't just, put a bag over his head and sneak out of town, which he would do.
Well, you sort of assume he was hurt or something was bothering him, but look, you're at the Masters. You get another round of experience. It was a good move by him.
It was.
Meanwhile, he aced out Rory McIlroy, who was going to be the leading rebounder. So Rory went from 72 to 66 and played flawlessly. Really had a good round. The funny thing was he talked to Bob Rotella after his disastrous finish yesterday where he gave 4 shots back, and Bob Rotella said, well, just don't go out there, try to get those shots back right away, be patient. And Rory did that in the front 9, shot 35, and then in the back 9 he got a little impatient. He was in the pine straw in 13, went for the green, hit a 4-iron, and as soon as he hit it, he thought, you idiot, what are you doing? Because he thought it wasn't going to make it because he hit it offline, but he cleared it, wound up pretty good. He made the putt for eagle. At 14, he hit it in the pine straw. It was behind trees, but there was an opening up above, which isn't that easy for the average person, but he took a chance. He had a perfect lie, hit wedge, got it up in the green, made par, and on 15, he got it barely on the green in 2, and he was worried that he said he wanted to run up there and mark it because he was afraid it was going to roll back into the water. That would have been terrible because somebody would have yelled at him that there's no running in Augusta. At least not for the patrons. I don't know about the players.
They haven't distinguished.
66, incredible comeback, and now everybody who thought he was toast yesterday.
They're wrong.
After he was 4 shots behind Scheffler, now he's right back in the game. He's in 3rd place.
He's at least a cinnamon roll. He's not toast anymore.
He's not toast. He could very well be a medium hot, nice warm strawberry Pop-Tart.
Ooh.
And if you're listening, Kellogg's or General Mills, who makes Pop-Tarts?
I don't know.
Well, sponsorship is available for a good, small price.
It's true.
So that's 2. The other thing about Rory was he was asked, maybe this is the quote of the day, he was asked, did you know that the honorary starters, Nicholas, Gary Player, and Tom Watson, were asked yesterday who they thought was going to win, and they all said Rory. And he was asked, what do you think about that? And Rory said, they're getting old. So I feel like that's kind of a backhand, kind of an insult, but it was funny, so nobody noticed.
Okay, that's 3.
Number 4 is there's a Højgaard on the board. He's part of the first pair of twins to ever play in the Masters at the same time. I'm asking you, Phyllis, which Højgaard is it?
It's Rasmus.
And what's the other Højgaard's name?
Nikolai. I can't
Very
tell them
good.
apart, but I know the names. Nikolai played on the PGA Tour, I think it was last year and the year before. And Rasmus just qualified to get onto the tour by finishing in the top whatever whiz-bang thing that they have to do on the DP World Tour to qualify for the PGA Tour. So now he's over. And I think they're going to have a lot of fun fooling people. I noticed they had different haircuts. But if they get the same haircut, they were wearing the same thing in their press conference, and they really look a lot alike. I mean, it's amazing how much they look alike.
They're going to cause the most confusion by twins since the Patty Duke show.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, well, you were probably too old to watch that show by then. So obviously you knew the answer to that because you read the Sports Illustrated pre-tournament article by Jeff Ritter, SI.com. It was headlined, "No, you're Højgaards."
What a
Which
great
was something
title.
about that headline was just off kilter enough. It made me want to. I laughed. Made me want to read it. What is that? Was that 3 or 4? Well, it doesn't really matter. No one's counting.
4.
After you're all thinking about the birds, nobody's watching this anyways now. In a crushing, heartbreaking moment, Bernhard Langer played great again for a 67-year-old, and his putt on the last green lipped out. So probably missed the cut because of that, which I guess is fitting because there's a guy who's gone through the yips 7 times, and he misses a putt on the heartbreaking putt, just like the Ryder Cup in the last hole. It would not like he's going to win the tournament, but it would have been pretty incredible if he had made the cut. So
the old guys go. They're out of here.
Fred Couples also missed the cut.
Yeah, I heard. That's too bad. But he had a great day yesterday.
Yeah, well, Fred caught the wind didn't come up till mid-afternoon, and everybody who even had to play 9 holes in that probably was a 1 or 2 shot disadvantage. So
that's what happened to Ludwig Oberg. He had some problems with the wind, and I noticed as the afternoon wore on, the flags were just straight out from whichever direction.
And it's not a steady wind. Is it ever a steady wind? It's just gusty.
Oh, it looked like it was pretty steady with some of those flags. It didn't look like they were either that or they were starched.
What else are we missing? Justin Rose still leading.
I know. He must be excited.
Yeah, I think he is. Why wouldn't you be? He plays well here, and as he said yesterday, I played well enough to win here. I just don't have a green jacket. So,
we'll find out.
I think Payne Stewart or somebody joked that I don't have a green jacket. I played well enough. I think maybe it was Johnny Miller. I never got a green jacket, but I played well enough. I should have at least got like a green vest, which, I guess I've got one of those on.
That'd be a good thing to give somebody as an insult if they finished like second at the Masters 4 times.
Yeah, second place should get a green vest, and third place could get like green socks.
Or mittens.
It's funny. It's windy enough today, and I'm not hearing all the birds chirping like yesterday. I'm hearing more traffic noise and carts going by. There goes another cart right now. So
I hear some birds, but yesterday they were really loud. Maybe the wind's blowing.
Well, the bird noises.
They're
mostly bird noises. I don't know if they're birds.
We weren't going to say that.
What did I say? I said they're bird noises.
Bird noises. Yes, they are.
That's how there's so many bird noises on TV.
And you saw birds.
They're wired into the trees with speakers.
You saw birds fly.
I saw a couple birds yesterday in the parking lot, so that's I think that ups my total of birds seen at Augusta at the golf course in 42 Masters to like 6.
And we have a bird field guide.
Yeah,
so there must be birds somewhere.
You just drove away the last of our viewers. Thank you. So those were 5 things for Friday, if it indeed is Friday at the Masters.
It is. It is Friday at the Masters.
Now here comes a private jet coming or going. It's probably some player who missed the cut. Maybe that's Bernhard.
Well,
flying right over the golf course. That's probably Phil then. Greg Norman used to scrape the golf course after he left.
Oh, it really is.
Right over our heads.
Who's jet? Does it say like Phil Mickelson on the side?
We're trying to do a podcast here. People are so rude. All right. Until next time, if there is one.
If there is one. Thank you very much, Gary.
Bye-bye.
Next time. Bye.